Hi everybody, today I have a very exciting video to share with you, and it is about the new Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette. This actually released in the UK last week through the urbandecay.co.uk site, but I got the email and I was going to order. I had it in my basket, I went to the payment screen, and then I thought no, you can wait. You can literally wait the 5 days till Debenhams release it, because Debenhams had an offer on where you got free next day delivery and you got 250 bonus points. Plus you get the points for the thing. So I earned 114 points when I bought this. It was £38. And then I get another 250 points on top. Now I was only about 16 points away from my £5 reward. So now I'll have over £7.50. So it was like, yeah. So, you know, I could pay 38 for it, but then I could pay 38 for it somewhere else and end up with £2.50 back into my points card. So that kind of appealed to me. So I was patient and I waited. There's nothing really special about the packaging per se. It just looks smoky. So it's kind of a light grey and it looks like it's got plumes of smoke all over it, which is pretty. And the lettering is in gunmetal, metallic gunmetal, and it says Naked Urban Decay Smoky. And then on the back you have your usual sort of shattered shadows with the names on, and then a picture of your brush. And you get 12 colours in this palette. When you open it up, you get this little eye look card. Now I'm going to show you a comparison to the original smoked palette that they did, but it kind of comes like this, and this kind of reminds me of instructions that you get when you get a prescription or, you know, something like that. It's just, I think it could have been done better, but it just kind of shows you 4 different looks that you can do using the palette. And it gives you instructions as well. So you've got a smoky cat, an everyday smoky, an iconic UD smoky eye, and a smoky reality star. That's like that. It's not exactly the most ideal thing to keep around, and that's why I kind of wanted to show you the one from the smoked palette. So the smoked palette was quite some time ago. It's in this zippy sort of packaging, and I absolutely love this palette. I actually love the colours in here. So this is more sort of coloured smoky eyes. But what I love about it is this booklet that you got with it. I've actually used this quite a bit. And in here you just get the face on one page, and then the instructions on how to do the look on the other. And you get quite a lot of different looks in that palette. So, in the booklet. I kind of wish they'd kind of just gone a little bit extra and just done us something like this, because I keep this on my desk and I think it's really nice. So that's something that I would say that I wish they'd done rather than this, which I think is a little bit of an inconvenience and nuisance to keep around, and this just looks quite pretty. So that's one small little complaint. Inside the palette you do get a double-ended brush. You get sort of a pointed sort of crease brush, and then you get a smudger brush. Sort of like a pencil, but I think it's a slightly bit shorter and a bit more sort of dense and stubbier. It's kind of pencil smudger brush and the crease. And then this is kind of not as amazing quality, I would say, as the other brushes, but it does have like this little barrel in the middle, and that is kind of got a smoky pattern on it, which is really nice. And it's really nice that they've given us a different brush, because for the longest time in palettes you would get just the same brush, the same standard brush, and it was like, well, how many of these brushes do I actually need? How about giving me something different so I can actually put the colours on a little bit better. Now it's great that you've got a blender, because this is a really great blender for getting into the crease to give you that smoked out effect. And it's great that you get like the little smudger, because you can do a little bit of a darkness in the outer V, or you can smoke out under the eye, which is what I've done today. And I have used this brush today to do this look. I was going to film this eye look, but I did one eye, and then I decided not to film the other eye. Now, I do like how it's turned out, as it happens. Yeah, I think it is pretty. It is smoky, that's for sure. But let's get into the palette itself, because there are a couple of colours in here, I'd say. They're a little bit of a disappointment. But the rest of it's really, really good. I really like it. Okay, what I'm going to say is I really do love it, but there's 2 colours in here that you look at and you think, oh, I bet they're going to be so pretty on. And then you get them on and they're so not. I did use the lighter blue colour in the palette. I'm sorry, I have to put my glasses on. Not the most attractive, but there's a colour in here called Slanted. And there's a colour in here called, they're so difficult to say, Smolder. And yeah, Anyway, I'm going to show you the palette because you're just thinking, just show us it. The packaging is just stunning. It's kind of a clear sort of plastic, so it's even a smoky plastic that you can see through. And yeah, it's got that same pattern as the box on the front. And it's a nice hard plastic and it's a magnetic closure. It's really, really lovely packaging. And I love that the mirror is the whole of the lid. I rarely use these, but to be honest, I did use this one a little bit today. And those are the shades. So, quite an interesting array of shades. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put some swatches in and just a quick overview of the shadows and the descriptions of what those shadows are, and then we'll get back to talking about the palette. So the first shade is called High. This is described by Urban Decay as a cream shimmer with micro glitter, which is pretty accurate to me. It's a really pretty shade. The next one is Dirty Sweet, which is described as a medium bronze. I'd say this is more of a light bronze with reflective gold shimmer. It's really pretty, it's quite nice and light. The next one's Radar, which is a metallic taupe with iridescent micro glitter. I don't feel it's taupe because it's got some warmth to it, but it's very pretty. The next one is Armour, which is a metallic silver taupe with tonal sparkle, which is a dead-on description for me. Next is Slanted, which is a light metallic grey. Yes, it is, but the metallic element of it just drops straight out and you lose it completely. Dagger is a medium charcoal with micro shimmer. No shimmer in this one again once it's applied. You can see the shimmer on the surface, but it just goes. The next shade is Black Market, which is a jet black satin. This is a satin, but I wouldn't say it's jet black. It's not a very intense black, so I wouldn't give it the title of jet black. The next one is Smolder, which is a deep plum taupe. Again, I wouldn't say there was any taupe to this. It's got a black base, and I don't think it's plum, it's more purple. Next is Password, which is cool taupe matte. Totally agree with that. It's a stunning shade. Can't wait to wear that all over the lid. Then there's Whiskey, which is a rich brown matte, which is absolutely beautiful. It's warm. It's just a gorgeous colour. I love it. Then you have Combust, which is a soft pink taupe, which is really pretty, and as you can see, it's definitely as described. It's very much my skin tone. And then you've got 13, which is a light beige satin. This is not beige to me, this is an ivory shade. And I wouldn't say it was satin, it pulls pretty matte and it is very powdery, but it is a very, very intense colour and it's gorgeous. So first off, it seems to be broken into 3 sections. You have some really very sort of glittery, shimmery shades for your first 4 and kind of metallics. And then you have 4 sort of satin shades. Then the last 4 seem to be quite matte. Now what I will say is they are so powdery. I mean, I always do my face first. I know not everybody does, but I just don't feel like I can concentrate on my eyes when I have redness and spots showing and things. I get really put off and I can't concentrate on getting the eyes done really well. So I just find it quite difficult. So I prefer to put my face on first. And I didn't put my little shadow shields on. I just wanted to kind of see what they were like. I looked like a panda. It was literally ridiculous how much fallout. Now I thought that in recent years, I think Urban Decay have kind of gone from that really, really bad fallout, developed the shadows, been a much better sort of finish to their shadows and a much better quality. And then I feel like with this one, I don't know if it's because they're darker colours, but we've kind of gone back to that very, very powdery sort of shadow. So you definitely need to tap off. I was tapping off, but I was still getting some fallout. So I would definitely be aware of that. Particular with the shade, Black Market and Dagger, because I've used those today. Yeah, lots and lots and lots of fallout. But they're worth it once they're on. I mean, I really love this. I think that these are really quite unique colours. It's like a really dark sort of navy blue bordering black, and they do blend out nicely. But I will say another thing is I did find that I did have to do a lot of work. I found that they did go on quite patchy in places, and I did have to like work on layering up, and then when you did some blending out, you ended up with some places that were a little bit more patchy than others. So I would say that the overall sort of consistency of the shadows and the makeup of the shadows is not as good as previous palettes, because I did feel that it did need a lot of work. They are very, very pretty array of shadows in here. There are some nice sort of browns, but if anybody's kind of saying if you've got the other, you know, naked palettes, you don't need this, I would totally disagree with them, because there are some very different sort of colours in here. For me, all of the naked palettes kind of, they are leaning that more brown and metallic. You have a couple of metallics in here, but this first colour is stunning. I had that in the middle of the eye, but I did add a bit of the next colour, which is also stunning. I like that we haven't got anything true yellow gold in here. The two end colours are, they're just amazing. This one's very much my skin colour, so I use that as a base for everything to blend on top of. And then this one here is also really nice, but it's quite bright, but I've got that as a brow bone highlighting in a corner. I did put Painterly Paint Pot on first, and use that as a base to put the shadows on top of. Now, I did put a shadow on top of the base all the way into the crease and just up, because that one's kind of very much my skin colour. And I don't know whether the Painterly Paint Pot had an effect on how the shadows appeared, but even above where I'd gone with Painterly Paint Pot, I still found a bit patchiness, so I'm not sure. So I guess I'll feedback on this maybe in a blog post about like trying it with different bases underneath. You know, I'll try it with the Urban Decay original primer portion as well, and just see whether we get any kind of different results with that. I do think it's beautiful. The colours are amazing. There's a lot of cool tone stuff in there, which is very much my thing. I love cool tone shadows. And it's stunning. It really is. It's gorgeous. I think if I was going to be looking at these two, and this is a Navy x9 by MAC, I'd go for Navy x9 over this one. And I know that's a bit controversial, but it's because this colour here that I wanted to be so beautiful when I got it on, that's actually what I had on in my inner eye corner. And when I got it on, it just totally went incredibly muddy, and it lost that beautiful light blue silver colour. It just went so muddy, and that's why I didn't film it, because I ended up where that one colour, sorry, my battery died. As I was saying, I did find that the shadows got very muddy, and also this purple looks really, really beautiful, but it's got such a dark base to it, and the purple is kind of like a top of the shadow. It's not, the purple isn't the colour of the shadow. There is actually sort of a black base under there, and the purple is kind of like a shimmer almost, or the frosting on top of that black, and it doesn't have a lot of drama to it. And you can probably see that from the swatches. It's very dark. It would take a lot of layering, and I still don't think you would get a huge amount of drama. I do think that the purple in this palette should have been a very dark matte purple. I think something like Indian Ink from MAC, which is that dark purple there, even a shade darker than that would have looked really, really amazing. And I think a couple of more mattes in this palette would have been really quite nice, because I just find with the smoky eye, I do like a couple of nice lighter shades, maybe on the inner eye, maybe on the centre of the eye. For me, a smoky eye is very, very much a matte eye. And for me, you know, there's not enough mattes in this palette. And, you know, this would have been even more special if there'd been, say, 8 mattes in here. Because I just think that, you know, matte shadows are really, you know, they're popular at the moment. Overall though, I do think it is a lovely palette. I'm an Urban Decay collector. Hello. I'm super happy to have this palette. I think it's very, very pretty. The colours are gorgeous. I'm definitely going to use it loads. I just feel like there are definitely those 2 shades that are quite disappointing, because those 2 shades kind of stood out to me, and I wanted to use those first, and they just didn't perform quite as well as I thought they would. That said, this crease colour that I've got on today, I've got a mix of Password and Whiskey in my crease today, and I really, really love those as crease colours. I will say I'm not a huge fan of this lettering. It's on that smoky sort of surface, and it's this tiny little silver lettering. I think it could have been a hint bigger for us people who are visually challenged. And it sounds like I'm moaning loads about this palette. I'm not. I just want to give a very honest review. I do love the palette. I am a huge Urban Decay fan. I'm absolutely thrilled to have it in my collection. I will use it. In fact, I've actually cleared space to keep it on my desk surface so I can use it a lot, because I know I'm going to. But I just think people should be aware about some of the things about this palette, just in case you're thinking about buying it, and maybe you think that that purple or that blue, it looks really special, and you know, it's not as special as it appears. So I just really want to be clear about how this is, because I would hate to say, oh, this is such an amazing palette. Every single colour is fantastic. There's absolutely no fallout. And then for you to go and buy it and be like, what? Because I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I do absolutely love this palette. This is the Urban Decay Navy ×9. There are some similar shades in here. No, they're not the same, but similar. But I love this. I use it constantly to do smoky eyes with. And I just think it's a fab little palette. It's £30 and it is well worth every single penny because I just love it. I'd love them to make these little things permanent because I may have to get a backup. And that's where I kind of thought this blue in here. I thought that this blue in here, which is that one, I really thought that that was going to be pretty comparable, and I got so excited about that because I thought, oh, I won't have to use this one quite so much. And because these are quite small shadows, I was kind of like, well, you know, I don't really want to use that all the time and then run out of it, because that blue in here it's like a limited edition colour. It just comes in this palette, but it's not, and I'm like, oh, a little bit disappointed by that. Overall, very, very nice. If you're thinking about investing in it, you don't need to invest in it in a super hurry. It's not like a standout, nothing you own in your collection already if you already like smoky eyes. Like I said, I do like the look that I've created today. I do have like a mixture of these two right in the centre of my eye, which I just, oh, I really love it. And I really do love that really dark blue. So I do love the look that I've created, and I'm definitely going to use it loads, but that's how I feel. I feel like I've waffled on for ages about it now. But there you go. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe if you did. I've been Spacey's #1 girl, and I'm going to love and leave you and see you all soon. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, have a great time and stay safe. And that's it for today, guys. Bye. That all came out wrong. Wherever you are and whatever you are doing, have a great time. Is that what I say? Do I say that? I don't think I say that. I'm going to love and leave you and see you all soon. Have a great day wherever you are and whatever you are doing. Bye! Yay!